So you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Garden Ridge, Texas. In this video, Steve and I are going to give you the pros and cons, the good, the bad, the ugly about living in Garden Ridge, Texas. Now, this is a suburb just northeast of San Antonio, Texas, and you want to make sure you stick around for it all because it's really important to know what good and bad there is in any suburb that you are possibly thinking about buying or selling real estate in. So let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you are one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls and emails from people just like you every single day who are looking to make a move or buy or sell real estate right here in the San Antonio area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that move, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below in the description box, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice to help you make that smooth transition into a new home. So let's dive into the pros and cons of Garden Ridge, Texas.
All right, pro number one is small town feel. Right, Garden Ridge has a little over 4,000 residents that make up the city itself. It's got one elementary school, one middle school, one high school. I can relate to this. I grew up in a small town in Boerne, and I remember there not being any fast food restaurants. You know, your grocery store was 10, 15, 20 minutes down the road. And so that small town feel is great if that's what you're looking for. I really enjoyed growing up in a small town. With the small town, you get your friends for basically life, right? They grow up together. You're going to the same elementary school, to the same middle school, to the same high school. You develop that bond over time with your friends. And so the small town that I grew up in, Boerne, it's not like that anymore. Boerne's really exploded and grown a lot, but in Garden Ridge, you can still get that experience for your family and your kids.
Pro number two, large lots and lots of space. Now, in Garden Ridge, it's very rare if you even find a house on a lot that's less than half an acre. Most of the homes, whether they're in subdivisions or just in Garden Ridge proper, are going to be anywhere from half-acre lots to 2 to 3 acre lots. I'm not sure if you can find some with more acreage than that. Usually the estates are sitting on 1 to 2 acres, but in general, it's really hard to find big lots like that so close to the city, the main city of San Antonio or Schertz-Cibolo area. So you just get great space and acreage living in Garden Ridge, Texas.
Like Katie said, space and acreage. Who doesn't love that? So, pro number three, close to city life. The location of Garden Ridge is right outside city life. You are literally 10 minutes to your grocery store, so you get that small town feel, you get that space. In the Northeast, Garden Ridge, right outside suburb of San Antonio, you get that small town feel, you get that space, and you get city life. So Garden Ridge is located in the northeast part of San Antonio. I actually did a little research on it, and from downtown Garden Ridge, which is very tiny, to your local H.O.A, the big grocery store here that everybody loves, was about 10 minutes, give or take, depending on where you live in Garden Ridge. But 10, 12, 15, even 5 minutes. But you still have the big city 10, 15, 20 minutes away, depending if you're going into downtown San Antonio. So a quick little story, one of Katie's old clients said that he wanted country living. He wanted to be in the country, he wanted that space, but yet he still wanted DoorDash. In Garden Ridge, you can still get that. You're literally just right outside the big city.
So with all of those great pros come the cons. Con number 1 is the cost of real estate. Now, again, this hits home to you're getting acreage. So that equates to higher prices. In Garden Ridge, your average sales price is between $650 and $750. Again, it can go higher. Can you find something at $580, $600? Possibly. But I think the key to remember is Garden Ridge is very small. So it's just a common thing of supply and demand. Right now, there's only 6 homes on the market in all of Garden Ridge. So in order to get into that city, you definitely have to watch it and just be prepared to pay anywhere from $650,000 to $1 million. That's really the common range that we see. Can you find homes at $2 million? Absolutely. But the most common range for Garden Ridge is going to be $650,000 to $1 million.
Con number 2, the lack of commercial real estate. So when I was driving through and doing some research, there's just no commercial, right? No big buildings, fast food restaurants, I didn't see any. I did a little research on the local hangouts, and there was like a bar and grill with the playground where, you know, the locals gather on a Friday night or a Saturday night to hang out and talk. But short of that, Garden Ridge has done a great job of keeping the large commercial industries out of its little city.
All right, last but not least, con number 3. The police force in Garden Ridge almost act as an HOA. So while the majority of Garden Ridge does not have an HOA, make sure you watch our Garden Ridge vlog so you can get an idea of the properties in Garden Ridge. But you'll see on that video, most of the neighborhoods don't have an HOA. However, I have had a few clients that live in Garden Ridge that have let me know that while they might not live in an HOA area, the city ordinances are pretty strict. So you just want to make sure before you purchase the home in Garden Ridge, while you're doing your research on it, you'll just want to check out those city ordinances and make sure that it's not too strict for your idea of living. So I'll give you an example. One of the city ordinances is that you cannot mow your grass before noon on Sunday. So if Sunday's your only day off and you want to mow the grass at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning, don't do it because the police will show up and write you a ticket. So they are very strict. They enforce their small town feel and their small city. And apparently these new city ordinances keep evolving and being added into quite frequently, according to some of my clients living in the area. So just something to think about. You could view it as a pro or a con. We get a lot of people moving in from out of state who have heard horror stories of HOAs. So they tend to look for homes not in an HOA. But if you're going to live in Garden Ridge, that's just something to think of because from what I've heard, they seem more strict than most HOAs in San Antonio. So just something to think on. But I hope this was helpful for you and helped in your research for Garden Ridge. Steve and I's goal is always to provide value and answer questions that you didn't even know you needed to ask about the areas. That is why we are doing this. That is what we are here for, is to help you find the best place for you and your family. If you have any questions or are thinking about making a transition into the area or buy or sell real estate in the area, we would absolutely love to hear from you. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away, we'd absolutely love to hear from you. You are never too far out to discuss your move. It's a big move. It's a big financial decision. And we would be honored to be your realtors of choice and help you through that big transition. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.